Hello and welcome to Newsroom series today as we focus on the South-South region. I'm Olumide Macaulay. The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has charged traditional rulers of the region to deepen peace-building efforts in their domains to ensure the sustenance of peace in the Niger Delta. NDDC Managing Director Samuel Ogbuku, who gave the commendation in Port Harcourt during the annual Strategic Consultative Feedback Forum for Traditional Rulers, says such peace has led to the delivery of development in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. Have expressed frustration over the persistent power supply shortages affecting parts of the city. They made this known during a town hall meeting with officials of the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company in the River State capital. While the consumers expressed their concern, the discos also took time to explain some of the challenges confronting power distribution in the region.
Electricity consumers and management of the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company gather at this town hall meeting. The meeting serves as a platform for open dialogue on the state of power supply across River State, another opportunity for the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of PHEDC, Cmte Pinnick, to reassure residents of the company's commitment to improving service delivery. He also outlines some of the obstacles hindering steady power distribution, including vandalism and unpaid bills.
We have generation, we have transmission, then we have distribution. We are the ones that distribute to the customers. If I take Port Harcourt, for example, there are two lines that come from AFAM. And when the lines are down, we don't have power, so we can't distribute. And the customers is us, they see.
During the panel session, a consumer openly criticizes what he describes as unacceptable billing and poor response to faults, calling on PHEDC to prioritize customers' needs.
Estimated billing customers are the most vulnerable. Why do I say that? You'll find out that estimated billing customers' transformer will pack. They will contribute money as much as 20,000, 30,000 per building and go and fix their transformer. If they go to PHED will cajole them to write a letter of non-reforms so that when you go and repair your transformer, they will still come and collect their bills.
The interactive session continues with more engagements between the company's representatives and residents as both sides seek common ground on improving delivery.
We have an installed capacity of about 13,000 megawatts. Transmission can only transmit about 8,500 megawatts.
It's all about the speed of information dissemination. Since COVID, there's been a vast improvement in the way PHD operates.
In all, the town hall ends on a conciliatory note with assurances from PHEDC that ongoing reforms and infrastructure upgrades will soon bring relief to customers and renewed calls from residents for accountability and consistent power supply. Charles Oporum, Channels Television News.
The Niger Delta Development Commission is charging traditional rulers in the area to deepen peace-building efforts to ensure the sustenance of peace. The Managing Director, Samuel Ogbuku, in Port Harcourt, speaking during the annual Strategic Consultative Feedback Forum for Traditional Rulers, says such peace has led to the development of the renewed hope agenda.
Thank you so much. This annual Strategic Consultative Feedback Forum for Traditional Rulers in the Niger Delta is part of continuous engagement by the current leadership of the Niger Delta Development Commission with critical stakeholders of the region to ensure a participatory development process and for improved performance.
Thank you so much.
The forum deals with different issues affecting the Niger Delta region, and the session in Port Harcourt, River State, focuses on peace building and conflict management in communities.
This forum is crafted to gather valuable feedback from our traditional institutions, allowing us to keep to grasp the needs and priorities of your community firsthand. Through the interactive dialogue, we aim to compile community-based needs assessments, pinpoint critical areas for intervention, and enhance our collaboration in fostering inclusive, people-oriented development.
The Managing Director of the NDDC, Mr. Samuel Uguku, who addresses the traditional rulers virtually, praises them for playing a pivotal role in the peace currently enjoyed in the region.
NDDC has been able to penetrate many communities that were impossible before now by spreading development across the region. That is why we decided to engage you in this feedback system and ensuring that most of you are being conscientized on the need for peace and stability in our various communities.
The keynote address is delivered by a former acting Vice-Chancellor of the University of Port Harcourt, Professor Stephen Okodudu, who emphasizes the need to tailor development to suit the critical needs of communities in order to reduce cases of conflict.
It becomes very, very necessary at any point in time to prioritize this thing we call priority, to prioritize the specific needs, not wants. And so what that means is that you must interface with community by communities, even if you have to put them in terms of clusters, to articulate their own priority of development.
The traditional rulers know only too well the issues at stake and the consequences of being complacent. They promise to continue to play their part to prevent conflicts.
The area of conflict resolution, we are ready to partner with them. We are ready to discharge our duty. We are ready to help the NDDC to be able to actualize their visions.
At the end of this engagement, they are expected to individually highlight areas of improvement and identify peculiar development needs of their domains to assist the NDDC in planning its development focus and for appropriate deployment of resources.
River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has vowed that his administration will ensure people of River State get the full value for money spent on public projects, insisting that he will not tolerate poor performance from contractors. Governor Fubara made the remark on Tuesday during an inspection of the 14.5-kilometer road that connects 3 local government areas. Demonstrating his determination to personally assess the work, he defied the difficult terrain, trekking a long distance before continuing in a vehicle to reach the 240-meter bridge section of the project. He expressed disappointment at the slow pace and quality of work being executed by the contractor, but commended the Setraco Nigeria Limited for the impressive pace and standard of work on the bridge, which is a vital component of the road.
This bridge provides an easy access for the Abodua people to cross into MOWAA, Abandebe, and immediately they access this West Road. And less than 10 minutes or 20, they should be heading to Uniport and into the town. And you can see the level of trekking and other maneuver that we did to get to this place. I need to say it clearly. One of the purposes of our government is ensuring that we do everything right, ensure there is value for money. I can say here quite well that the contractor that we gave the job of the road from the bridge to the East-West Road is not doing a good job, and I'm not happy about it. When I get back, I think there will be need for me to review that contract, because I'm not impressed. If I should go to the west of Mayoga, they don't have the capacity. So I need the capacity, because whatever money we're spending, we should have value for money.
Now, Delta State has taken another bold step towards industrial transformation as Governor Sheriff Oborevwori officially unveiled the state's new industrial pavilion and performed the groundbreaking of the Kwale Free Trade Zone in Ndokwa West Local Government Area. The initiative marks a major milestone in the Delta Special Economic Zone project aimed at attracting investors, creating jobs, and diversifying the state's economy.
It's a day of celebration for the people of Ndokwa West in Delta State, who heartily welcome Governor Sheriff Oborevwori and his entourage to the groundbreaking of the Kwale Free Trade Zone and Industrial Pavilion. Traditional troops, cultural displays and songs of excitement echo across the venue, reflecting the people's optimism over what they describe as a turning point in the state's industrial story. The Kwale Free Trade Zone is designed for businesses to operate under special government policies that allow tax incentives, relaxed customs regulations, and simplified trade procedures to attract investment. Former Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, who chairs the occasion, commends Governor Oborevwori for continuing the vision of an industrialized state.
The greatest landmark is that you have continued with every step that was taken before you came into office by continuing with ongoing projects. And here we are at this special economic zone, and the groundbreaking is being done today. People may not appreciate what is done here, but in another 5 and 10 years, I'm very assured in me that the people of Ndokwa and the people of Delta State will know that something was done today, and only then will they return the full thanks to you.
The project is a fulfillment of the present administration's promise to industrialize Delta State and build a self-sustaining economy.
This formal breaking ceremony of the Kwale Free Trade Zone is a fulfillment of that promise. A promise made, promise kept. As we break ground today, we are not only merely commencing another project, we are fulfilling a promise, laying the foundation for generational prosperity and a diversified economy that will enhance the business competitiveness of our dear state.
Some of the investors in the project align their vision with that of the state in the area of the gains it will bring to the people.
There are lots and lots of spaces for them to establish their industries. They can go into manufacturing of any sort of good. They can go into exports too, and they have incentives to enjoy from the special economic zone if they do that.
Governor Sheriff then moves to formally do the groundbreaking and unveiling of the project, accompanied by former Governor Okowa and other stakeholders.
Of the Kwale Free Trade Zone, to the glory of God and the prosperity, peace and progress of Delta State.
With the unveiling of the Kwale Free Trade Zone and the Industrial Pavilion, Delta State has opened a new chapter of economic development. The project also stands as a bold step towards building an industrial future powered by innovation, investment, and inclusive growth.
You're watching Newsroom series. Coming up, youth, women, and persons living with disabilities in Edo State benefit from the Livelihood Improvement Family Enterprise Project. Please stay with us. Welcome back. About 4,300 youth, women, and persons with disabilities in Edo State have benefited from the first phase of the Livelihood Improvement Family Enterprise Project in Niger Delta Life ND Project. The Edo State Commissioner for Agriculture made this known at a forum to mark the end of the fifth supervision mission of the Life ND Project in Benin City.
It's a wrap for the fifth supervision mission of the Livelihood Improvement Family Enterprise in the Niger Delta Life ND Project in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Partners of the Agripreneurship Empowerment Program have come together to review and share outcomes from the first phase of the project. One of the financing partners, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, gives a summary of their impact so far.
From the needs, interactions with different stakeholders, reviews conducted. One thing is clear. Life Ending is not just a program. It is a testimony of how targeted investment in youth and women can translate into measurable progress for communities, households, and the nation at large.
For the National Projects Coordinator, the Life ND initiative is fully delivering on its mandate of empowering rural youth and women through agribusiness.
The Life ND project continues to serve as a model of partnership and innovation, empowering our youth and women, strengthening community-based agribusiness transformation across the Niger Delta region. We are especially proud of the remarkable progress recorded in enterprise development, job creation, and value chain enhancement, as demonstrated by revelations and speeches made by supervisory agencies and stakeholders.
From one of the benefiting states, Edo, the project has recorded tangible results in improving livelihoods and supporting small-scale enterprises.
Inception, the Life ND project in the Edo State has recorded significant achievement. And this achievement has engaged, trained, supported over 4,300 women and youth, including persons with disabilities.
With the conclusion of the first phase, the partners are looking ahead to another round of empowerment, having secured additional funding to expand the program's reach. The Life ND project aims to transform the rural economy of host communities by boosting income, ensuring food security, and creating jobs for beneficiaries.
Cases of child abuse linked to accusations of witchcraft continue to cause concern in some communities. Despite clear laws prohibiting such practices in Bayelsa State, a police inspector is now in custody for allegedly assaulting his own children over claims of witchcraft. Advocacy groups say the case must test the strength of Nigeria's child protection laws.
We believe firmly that Mr. Sunday intended to take the lives of these children based on the implements that were found and the fact that he had this unconscionable belief that of witchcraft. All points to or indication that he intended to take their lives. And so we have here to make some requests, which one is that Mr. Sunday should be prosecuted timelessly without any further delay. And two, that the maximum offense under the law he should be charged for the maximum offense under the law.
We have directed he be taken to hospital for medical examination. Let them assess his mental status, because this is beyond the understanding of a rational being. Your own children, you accuse them of all this belief, and you have even went to handle them. We have had your appeal. Your appeal, one, is to ensure he's prosecuted. Investigation is ongoing. That's the first step before prosecution. You have been requested for maximum charge. So what he has done is to, glaringly to public view, he has assaulted them, rough handled them, and he will be adequately charged as such.
Now, the Cross River State Governor, Mr. Basio, too, has commended members of the Nigeria Governors Spouses Forum for what he describes as their transformative role in shaping the nation's moral, social, and developmental values. Governor too made the commendation when he received members of the forum, led by its chairperson and First Lady of Kwara State, Professor Olufolake Abdulrazak, at the Government House Calabar as part of activities marking the 2025 Nigeria Governors Spouses Forum Annual Retreat.
The Nigeria Governors Spouses Forum began in 2020 as the Nigeria Governors' Wives Against Gender-Based Violence, a united front by First Ladies to address rising cases of sexual and gender-based violence across the country. Their advocacy led to stronger awareness and legislative reforms in several states. Over time, the forum evolved into a national platform promoting women's empowerment, health and family welfare. This year's retreat is hosted by Cross River State, and members pay a courtesy call to Governor Bassi Otu. Governor Otu describes the Nigeria Governors Spouses Forum as a powerful force in nation building, praising the First Ladies for their humanitarian impact and sustained advocacy for gender inclusion and public health, which aligns with his administration's efforts towards improving women's health.
And other highlights of yours, which are like maternal mortality, I think here we produce uterus. So we are doing the best because we discovered that actually the first port that entertains most of these cases, and when we have the biggest mortality rate is actually in the primary health care center. So we try to upscale all of them. We're in the process of making sure that there's energy 24 hours.
Wife of the Kwara State Governor, Professor Olufolake Abdulrazak, who chairs the forum, praises the Cross River Governor for his strides in healthcare, education and infrastructure, describing the state as a hub of grace, culture and progress.
The First Ladies collectively endorsed the Reserved Seat for Women Bill initiative and committed to continuous advocacy for increased women's representation in governance. The First Ladies resolved to continue vigorous advocacy for the adoption of 6 months of paid maternity leave in states yet to implement it, while engaging executive governors and state legislatures to promote this policy for improved maternal and child welfare across all states.
Their host thanks the women for their availability to drive the vision.
To thank everyone, all the First Ladies who made it to Cross River State for this retreat. This shows unity, this shows love and commitment, and I say may God bless you.
The 2025 NGSF retreat in Calabar may have ended, but its message resonates strongly, a call for sustained collaboration, compassion and leadership for the advancement of women and families across Nigeria.
The chairman of the newly inaugurated special committee constituted to look into the controversy surrounding the Museum of West African Arts in Benin City has pledged to carry out his mandate diligently to enable the state governments reach a decision on the museum. The chairman of the committee, two-time former governor of Edo State, Adams Oshomole, made the pledge after Edo State Governor Monday Okwebolo inaugurated the committee at the government house in the state capital.
Approach this job with every sense of seriousness, with objectivity. We will do everything we can to enact the facts and ensure that at the end of the day, so that I don't make any preemptive statement. At the end of the day, your desire for all the facts to be laid bare before the Nigeria public, in particular before the Edo people, that is achieved, and that Your Excellency is able to take a decision based on the evidence on ground.
We already know our tax because of the outcry of the people and the pressure, the protest that is coming now from Edo people. It becomes necessary for us to look into the issue of MOWAA. As a government, we can't do this alone, so we have to employ the services of this committee to do a noble job, and we believe that we'll get the right result. For me, I will want a serious interface with external communities, ambassadors from different European countries, and we also want to unravel the people behind MOWAA. We also want you to have interface with the Oba so that we know his own part. Over 10,000 direct and indirect jobs. and launch 1 billion naira interest-free loan scheme for small-scale traders. Governance and institution will restore intergovernmental relationship by swearing in judges previously sidelined.
You're watching Channels Television. Several dignitaries converge in Benin City, the Edo State capital, for a colloquium in commemoration of the first anniversary of the Edo State Governor, Monday Okpobolo. Several speakers commended his development projects in the last 1 year, which they say shows purposeful leadership. In his address, he thanked the people of Edo State and all those who have supported him in the last 1 year. He says his government develops the state and makes governance meaningful for the people.
Rebuilding foundation and replacing PowerPoint with practical governance that touches life and transformation of communities. Those days, it was PowerPoint. You come to Edo, you won't see anything. But when you are in Abuja, you will see flashy things. AI generated. But today, it's practical, it's what you see. I was privileged to take some oppositions from PDP, another political party, with me yesterday. They were asking me, are they Obasaki's project? I didn't want to say yes or no. I took them to where those projects, where we began from. And they spoke to people. So Edo is really working again.
And that's it on Newsroom series today. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Thank you for watching.